Hey guys, Senior Gamer here, and today I'll be showing you how to make some basic commands in Pono. So first thing, we need to go to the Google and type SAMP ZCMD, and that's it. This is the command processor that we'll use. It's faster and quite easier than the default one for you guys. So go down. As you can see here already, Zeeks, the creator of this, made a tutorial on it. You can take a look at it. It's really helpful, and yes. So go down here and search for download. You can just Control F and download it, and hit the solid files. I downloaded from there. You can download it from any link besides the paste bin. It will in this tutorial I won't show how to make it using the paste bin, but if you actually want, we'll do that. So hit the direct download link. It'll take few seconds to download. There we go. I already have it on my desktop, so here it is for me. Open your server and go to Pono, include, and move the thing you just downloaded into it. Go back, and you see this Pono here. This is the actual tool that we are going to use in order to script it. So hit right click and run as administrator. You can also run it normally, it doesn't really matter, but you can get errors without doing it. On some computers it requires administrator to run it in order to even run it. So this is our compiler. So first thing, we need to actually make a new script, so hit new. And as you can see here, we have predefined comment on how we use them. These things are not in actual script itself. Players won't be able to see it, but you can, for example, if it's easier for you, let's first include the stuff we just added. Include this MD, and let's add a comment. For example, this is the thing that we have downloaded from SAMP forums. So yeah, people won't be able to see this in game, but it's quite a reminder for you what you have done, or for the other people if you're making a script for something and tell him, like for example, on player disconnect, this is what will happen to the player when he disconnects. So that will remind someone else or you know what will happen, what we do under this. So let's save our script. Go file, save as, and make sure you have the game mode folder opened. So if you don't have, just it's here located in your server folder, game modes, and name it. I'm gonna leave it as test. You have these pre-made scripts, we're not going to use them now. Hit save, and now hit the compile button or hit F5. It doesn't matter what's the way you're gonna do it. So compile it, and there you go. Now let's scroll down to the bottom and start making some actual commands. So first thing, we need to type cmd. That's how we make commands with ZCMD. So let's type cmd, the command name that we're going to use. So in this case I'll be using deagle. That's how I'm going to call my command. Open bracket. Now add the player ID. We'll search for the player ID that we're going to who is going to execute the command, and just add params on it with these little things, medium brackets. Close it with a normal bracket, and now we need to add opening brackets. It basically tells the script that we are adding something new into the code. And so in this case, just add it like this, and that's how you start a new code. You can also do it like this and add the code here, but this is the most cleanest way and way easier for you to track. So hit enter again, hit the tab button, so it kinda gives you some space here, so you don't get any warnings about how your code is not aligned and stuff like that. So we are going to use first thing we need is to go to the Google and search for SAMP weapon IDs. You have them on SAMP wiki, so hit here. Search, as you can see, the third slot is the ID, so let's search for the deal, and think I just, yep, here it is, Desert Eagle. The third spot is the ID, so ID of the weapon is 24, as you can see, here it is. So type give player weapon, oops, small opening bracket, player ID, the player that's going to use, that's going to execute the command. In future tutorials I'll show you how to give other player weapons, but for now we're using the player ID that's using it. So let's type the weapon ID that we just found on SAMP wiki, so 24, and the ammo that we will give to the player. So let's make like 100 bullets, close the bracket and add these little things. I know how to call them in English, but yeah, they're needed, so you announce the script that you're closing that line of code. Hit the enter button and type return 1. What return value does is that it stops code from repeating itself, so you don't get like infinite shit stuff later. You'll see, I'll explain it further in tutorials. So again, close the code with a big bracket, so we have our code. Yep, we have our command here. Hit the compile. So there we go, we got no errors. But for example, if you forgot these things, just delete it, so you see what happens. Hit the compile and you will get like error expected token, you know, it says here what token is expected but found return. So what happens here is that it's still processing this code, but it cannot entirely process because it has another thing that's being executed right away after it. So we need these things added, and let's see, line 238, let's close it. So this is the line, this is the actual line that's giving our problems, so let's return it back and hit the compile again. There we go, our code is working. Now close this, and you can just minimize it or close it entirely, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna minimize it in this case. Open your server again, the folder of server, go to the server. I already had some stuff going on, so yeah, look for the game mode and open your game modes, and as we can see, there's our script, you know. The DMX is the file that script is going to execute. The POM file is our stuff that we're going to later on use, like this is using the POM file and the script is using the AMX file. AMX file is basically the compiled version of your POM file. So let's type here the name. You must do it exactly as it you have named it in your script, because POM is case sensitive and the server might not recognize your game mode. So hit file, save, close it, and as in the previous tutorial, run your SAMP server, hit run. There we go, we have our server with the command running. I would go into the game and show you guys, but it's not needed. You can straight on go in game and type heal and it will give you it. So yeah guys, no, just type deal and it will give you a deal, sorry. So yeah, that was about it for this time. See you in the next tutorial, in which I'll go further and do some more advanced stuff with you. Bye bye.